We're not long.
Hi everyone, this is Brittani Alix of The Makings of B, and today we're doing something fun and something with a twist. Usually Miss Trina of So You Want to Dance Live is interviewing everyone else, but I decided that I wanted to interview her. So come on in and listen. Hi!
Yay! This is gonna be fun.
This is so exciting.
Nobody ever interviewed me.
This is so exciting, and I'm excited to interview her, so let's jump right on in.
Yes.
Okay,
Don't ask me any hard questions.
Okay, I promise I won't. Okay, so, of course, tell me who you are and what your name is.
Okay, I am Trina. I'm gonna tell you my whole name. Nobody probably knows. It's Trina Renee Williamson Lowery.
Okay.
So yeah.
That's okay. I didn't know all of that was
Yeah.
your
My middle name is Renee, and I like to get my kids try to kick out their middle name, but I'm gonna keep my middle name. But Trina Renee Williamson is my maiden name, and I was married for a very long time, so Lowery was added on to it.
Okay. All right. So, where are you from?
Houston, Texas, born and raised. We claim Greens Point and we claim Acres Homes. I went to Aldine, yeah. Well, before I went to Aldine, I went to, when my parents were married, I went to spring and Klein schools. So.
I went to Spring and Klein
Yeah.
too.
You know what's funny is so there's a Klein Oak, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was going to Hildebrand when Klein Oak was just being built.
Oh, wow.
That's how old I feel when people say I'm graduating from Klein Oak. It was not even a school.
Oh,
so,
my God.
yeah, that's
so
always
cool.
funny to me.
That's
Yeah.
so cool. Okay. So I guess we want to dive in a little bit about your organization and your business, because I see you doing a lot of things. So I'm sure a lot of people want to know what you do. So could you tell them a little bit more about your business or your organization and what you do and what it has to offer?
Okay, and I'm glad you're saying business organization. I have no idea yet. I'm actually trying to streamline. But So You Want to Dance is my baby. It's my project. I started long time ago. I was always the person that people call to say where to go, what to do. So I started doing dance, and I would just do it freely before there was a So You Want to Dance. But I started just doing it. I was just doing it freely, but then I joined a Houston dance community. I learned how to swing out. Brenda Matthews said, come on, you know, I like the dance show. Come on, let's go dance. And we went to this place called, oh my gosh, it was called the Blue Ocean. I don't know, but upside down. Long story short, I started dancing, then I started teaching. I was teaching with a group called Houston Bio City Dance Association. And as I was teaching, I was not happy with that. It wasn't my passion. And then I felt responsible for what people put on the dance floor. So if I'm teaching you how to dance and I see you not doing that, it makes me, so it was not comfortable for me because I'm I'm a perfectionist. Long story short, I said, what could I do to be involved in the dance community? What could I do to do my part? And I thought about it. I said, okay, I could tell people where to go, where to take dance classes, all that kind of stuff, where to go dance. And so I started So You Want to Dance. And I got the name from, is it Do You Want to Dance? It was a show, a dance show on. And I said, oh, So You Want to Dance. That's how that got started. That's how it got started. And I loved it. I had a website. It told people all the places to go. I would do a weekly blast and told people like immediate things that were happening. But I loved that. And I gave events with it. Now, it actually ended up opening up to So You Want to Dance, and then So You Want to Dance, So You Want to Zydeco. That's what I turned it into, because I wanted to add Zydeco into the umbrella, because I love Zydeco too. But as time went on, different things happened. Lots of things, good and bad, happened, and I decided to step back, step out of it for a little bit. It was hard because I still step in a little bit, but so I stepped out of it for a little while, and now I came back. I fell in love with live music. Totally fell in love with live music, and I decided, what could I do with So You Want to Dance now? Because I don't ever want to give up my name. So You Want to Dance live music.
Right.
So that's how that came about. And what I want to do with So You Want to Dance Live is I want to feature and promote, of course, live music. And then also I still dabble in the So You Want to Dance regular with the dance community and stuff like that. But So You Want to Dance Live is for that. And and showcasing people. So the big thing about So You Want to Dance Live, if you were an interview, I like making the big. I want to interview you to help you get your name out there, to get you to, get to talk about who you are. Because sometimes people don't know your personal story.
That's right.
There's a club owner that I work for. He started out as a bar back, and no one would ever know that. They think he just woke up one day, had his money, and he opened up a club. He actually was a bar back and worked his way up to owning the club. And so that's the story that I want people to hear, is people's story, how they got there, and then also to help people get their name and brand out there.
I think that's good, because a lot of people don't see the they don't see the beginning result, they see the end result.
Right.
So that's good that you want to showcase others and have them express how they got to where they are.
Right.
So that brings me back to one of the things you said is you used to have a website, you used to have everything on there.
Yeah.
Do you think you're going to relaunch that?
I don't know. I want to. Let me not tell that story. I think I mentioned the other day that yes, I am, but it's not going to be just for dancing. It'll be for live. It's going to be a plethora of things. So I'm just trying to put it together and streamline it. So yes, absolutely, I'm gonna.
I think you should.
I'm gonna do it.
I think you
it's
should.
A little scary, a little anxious about it, but it's something I can't even express, Brittany, how much I loved doing that. It was everything to me, and it was just sad that I had to step out of it. But yeah, absolutely.
Well, since you say that there was things that you faced that made you stop, is there some things that you are okay with sharing that happened, or that you feel may have caused you to stop it and may be a little hesitant to start it again?
I think I've talked about it just about every interview that I've had, interviewing others, is that support. Support is, but let me back up. There's a quote that people put on Facebook all the time that if you are not ready for haters, you're not ready for criticism, maybe this is not for you. And at the time, it was a lot of that for me. I'm used to being liked, and and you know that about me.
Yes.
I do like people to like me, unfortunately, and I'm about to be 50 now, so it's just not gonna change. I don't like people to be disappointed in me. You know, it's very important that people know that I'm a good person and that everything that I do is meant for good. I sometimes have a little snippiness to me.
We all do.
Usually somebody did something to me first, but anyway.
We all
so
do.
it's just it's been a learning experience. Stepping back from it has made me see things and realize, one, everything is not my fault, but there are some things I had to change. I had to grow up and realize every fight is not one I need to join. And yeah, that's pretty much it. But the skepticism is that, am I going to get the support? Are people going to support this? And people may say something like, well, it don't matter who don't like you. Actually, it does. It really does. That's a myth. You don't have to care that people like you, but to have a business like a promotions and so like, people kind of have to like you a little bit for them to support.
That's
you
true.
have a big event, if don't nobody like it, they ain't coming. So
That's
there's
true.
no money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I can agree with that.
that's the fear in me. But
do you think that ties into maybe something that has happened in your childhood, or maybe you were younger? Was there anything you experienced when you were younger that makes you feel like you have to not necessarily please everyone, but because you said that you want everybody to like you? So is there something that maybe has happened when you were younger?
I think I'm just used to everybody liking me when I was younger. I've always been pretty popular. Like, people like me. So when I run across someone who does it, it's like, you are supposed to like me. You know? And that's how I do. I always tell people, and if I do something to you, then yes.
Yeah.
But don't just walk up and be telling people. I mean.
Oh yeah, I can attest to that.
And
I think I struggle with that too.
Yeah, I think we all struggle a little bit. You know, you hear people saying,
Yeah.
"I don't care if you don't like me." It's not true. Somewhere in there, you want, especially
That's
if there's
very
nothing
true.
that has happened. I'm not someone who really likes confrontation. So, and sometimes when you try to have a conversation about something that may be wrong, it ends up being confrontation. So me, I just walk away. I just move away.
Yeah.
So you want to dance? I'm just done. I mean, my mental health is much more important.
Yeah. So I'm gonna keep pressuring you about So You Want to Dance because
And you do all the time.
Because I see like so much passion when you talk about it, and I want you to launch the website, and I want you to do so many things. But I want to know, if you were to like kick it full force, what would be your short-term or your long-term goals for So You Want to Dance Live?
My short-term goals for So You Want to Dance in the future that I see with it is to start small, but to give events. I want to really start that again. That's something that I love to do the events. Well, let me back up a little. The short-term goal was to do the interviews, started interviewing people and helping them get their brand out there, and me helping promote them and get them introduce them to the world, to Houston, whatever. That's the short-term goal, and to get the website up and everything streamlined. That's the short-term goal. And my goal, I will turn 50 on August the 27th. Yay. And matter of fact, my birthday party is August the 24th. Just FYI, put that on y'all's calendar. But it's gonna be at Red Rooster North. But when I turn 50, I plan to make a huge, is a metamorphosis. I plan to change. I go and turn into a butterfly, if you will.
Right.
I plan to streamline and get everything kicked off right after my birthday. That's the goal. That's the goal. And I'm hoping to have the support of certain people, of a nice group of people. But if I don't, there's so many other people I can reach out to.
That's right.
And that, backing up to what you said about what I'm anxious about is, I had to learn that too. That there's this one group of people that I focus on when there's this, Houston is huge.
That's right.
Houston's huge. Austin's there. So there's so many things that I want to do. So my long-term goal is to get back to planning events. I want to do, I do cruises with my mom's company's Dreamtime Travel by Joanne.
Do y'all have any cruises coming up?
We do. We have an it's an R&B cruise, but it's going to be Party at the Sea. And we have two of my favorite bands, actually The City and Dominique Hammons. They are two people. The groups are really just absolutely awesome, and I love to hear them. But they're going on the cruise. So we're gonna do 2 cruises a year. We're gonna do a Zydeco cruise and a R&B cruise every year. But then also I want to do a festival of. It's not a festival, but it's a festival. Like to do a festival for Zydeco and then a festival for R&B, jazz music. So I want to do that twice a year. So that's the long-term goal. Because let me mention this: I used to give a gala every year. It's called I can't remember what it's called. So you want to dance gala? I can't remember the theme, but the theme was if you had a disease, someone danced with me had a disease, I don't know, heart disease, lupus. Each year I would take one of those diseases and represent. Let's just say if you had lupus, I'd ask you to come and you perform dance.
Okay.
And you'd express yourself in dance, and then you talk about your story. And I would give you a little award, but then we'd invite everybody. We'd have a nice sit-down dinner. It was really, really nice, and that was my love. That's what I want to get back to. I want to get back to doing that because talking about heart disease and actually seeing the person that's dealing with it. Sometimes you don't even know these people have these illnesses, if you will. So, yeah.
I think that's
I know I'm
cool.
rambling on, but
no, I think that's pretty cool. I was going to ask you about personal and business. Do you have any personal goals you want to work on?
Yeah. What's really personal to me is getting healthy physically and healthy mentally. Some people in our community, our Black community, African American Black community, we're ashamed to admit mental issues or mental things, and now I think people are being more open with it. I want to get mentally healthy and sound, and sometimes it takes that in order for you to find what you're looking for in life. And for me, that's my short-term personal goal. I'm actually working out now, and I'm so excited about that. People always say, "What are you working out for? You're so little." I'm like, yeah, but this middle section needs some work. But no, I'm gonna get physically and mentally. I'm actually going to do some things that are gonna get me mentally together, so that I can be prepared for that next thing that comes into my life.
Right. So when the next whatever comes, you'll be able to handle it.
I'll be able to handle it, and I'll be able to handle it accordingly. And hopefully I will be able to deal with the struggles of this business, because it definitely is a challenge.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Even though I love it, it's a challenge.
So with that being said, as far as like working every day and balancing your business, would you prefer to like work a 9 to 5, work entrepreneur life, or do you like the combination of both? Or what do you prefer? Like, what do you
I'll say this. I really like just being an entrepreneur, but I have to eat. I need to get my hair done. I need to get my nails done. So the combination right now, until somebody drops the money in my lap, because this business does not, unfortunately, it does not pay. I mean,
you just do it because you love it.
I do it because I absolutely love it. Now, I get people all the time say, "You need to," my children. Mama, you need to have a menu of what this costs. When somebody wants you to post something, it needs to cost.
That's right.
And it's always been hard for me because I just love doing it. And then I love helping people get their stuff out there. But
yeah, well, I kind of agree with that. I mean,
yeah, I would love to be an entrepreneur and stop working and I can do it full force. And there's so many things I can get done. But yeah, I gotta eat.
Yeah, I agree.
It's kind of important.
So I guess the combination of both. Just finding the balance.
Find the balance of it.
Well, with your business or with your personal life or anything, what is something that you have accomplished that you're most proud of? What if you have a few, you can name those or something like that. Like
my biggest accomplishment in my personal life are wonderful, beautiful, and smart children. Being a mom meant the world to me. I remember people always saying, well, I'm late anyway, but people would always say you're late. When I would go to dance events, they say, you're late, you're late, you're late, you're always late, especially on a Friday. And I would have to say, hey, I got kids. I have to take care of them before I can become Trina, the Lil Diva. My kids were involved in things. I was a PTA vice president. I was PTA treasurer at one time. I was a real mom, and that job there means the absolute world to me. And to see, and I must say, it was a teamwork between me and my ex-husband. It was a team, and I think we did a fabulous job because our children are thriving, they're successful, and it makes me know that the time that I took to make sure that happened before I turned into Lil Diva was
Right.
Yeah, I'm glad I did that.
I can relate because everything I do is for my daughter, so that's my biggest accomplishment.
Yes.
So
and still to this day, it's like for my birthday we were gonna go to New York, but we've had some changes in that. But I knew that I want to be with my kids for my 50th birthday, so we're gonna go to Austin, and I'll be with my kids, and that's you know, have a party here. But the most important thing for me was hanging out with my kids for my 50th birthday.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay, that sounds good. Well, I know we all have things that we're proud of, but what are some things you think you can work on as far as like maybe your business or maybe something personal? It could be anything you...
I'm gonna go back to my biggest accomplishment was personal, but for my business, the accomplishment that I'm most proud of were those dances, not dances, the galas. I was most proud of those because the people that were able to participate and be recognized, that was what I love doing. And what made it even more special to me is that I didn't have to charge an arm, foot, leg, and toe. I was able to charge $25 and gave everybody a sit-down meal because it wasn't meant to make money.
Usually galas are, when you think of them, they're like $100, $200.
Yeah, but that tells you it was, that's what it was. The theme was for the love of dance. That's what it was. And so it was never meant to make me any money. Even though people thought I was making all this money, it was not to make money. It was just for that, for the love of dance and to recognize these people.
That's right.
The money that we made over, we used it for the awards. And of course, you know, the food is costly. So that was my biggest accomplishment, is being able to give that gala and not charge people to where they wouldn't even be able to afford to come.
Exactly. So, okay, that leads me to my next question. You talk about your galas, you talk about Say You Want to Dance Live, and you talk about the website. So those are things that I see like true passion and fire when you talk about them. You just talk a million miles an hour. So I just want to know, with those things in mind that you want to do or want to kick off, what do you see yourself doing next? I know we talked about your short-term goals, your long-term goals. What do you see yourself like actually doing next? What do you think you want to step out on faith and do next?
You know, I don't know. It's so many things. I have 5 years before I can retire, so I'm trying to figure out what is it that I want to do. On the personal side, I'm hoping to turn to join the faculty of Lone Star College. I'm putting that into the universe. And I plan to become a full-time faculty member at Lone Star College, any campus, but just hear me. But oh gosh, what do I want? You know what? I've joined City to City Radio. I have a friend, her name is Denise Diaz. She's in Dallas. And she was, when I joined the area of being a promoter, I went to so many people and asked them, what do I do? How do I get into this? There were 2 people that helped me. It's a guy named DeLeon of Remix. He helped me, and he was fabulous, and he still today will give me kudos every so often. And Denise is in Dallas, and she helped me so much. She gave me advice. And I didn't know anybody else that was doing it personally. But long story short, we were talking years ago about one day I would love to do a talk show or a chat show. And she called me, God, has it been about 6 months? Did I mention that to you? About 6 months ago. She called me out of the blue and said, hey, you ready? Well, you better get ready. And it was at a time in my life I was having some personal issues. I'm like, what is she talking about? Like, what? And she's like, I got my radio station. I was like, okay, what they got to do with me? And said, remember you told me you always want a talk show. We got to get ready. I want you to do the talk show on City to City Radio. And immediately said, okay. You know, sometimes when you're in Steve Harvey was talking about something about being in a valley. I was definitely in a valley at the time. And when that happened, it's like, yes. And so many things happen and people say, hey, we're gonna do this, and it never happens. So for a minute, I was like, whatever, let's just see. I didn't really pay attention. I didn't really believe it. Then finally, she called to get us trained, and I was like, oh, this is really happening. And so that's what I really want to do. I want to, I just have a segment on City to City radio, but I plan to do some other things with the interview because I really like that. And I like getting to know people and getting to get their story out there. So if you round all of that off, what I just said, everything I've said in this interview that's basically what I want to do is get people's brand out.
See, and I noticed we had the City to City radio banner behind us, and I wanted to ask you more about it. So I'm glad you told us how you joined and how you've been on board with them. So how are you liking it so far? Has it presented a lot of great opportunities for you and others?
It's a slow process. Of course, this is new.
Okay.
Denise is very passionate about it. She has a partner, Lisa Parker, and they're both very passionate about it. It's supposed to be radio. We've started a little bit with Facebook Live, but also, so just like my interviews are going to be on Saturdays, and I interview on Facebook Live, but also they put it on the radio. After I go off from Facebook Live, they'll post it on the radio. Speaking of which, y'all join City. You can't see the interviews oftentimes. I do post them on my page for now, but the ones I do with City to City, they will only be available through City to City. So we need to join, tell friends to join the Facebook group page or whatever. I will make sure that I send out the link today so that you guys can join it. But it's gonna be great. Anything great takes some time to get there.
I always say slow progress is better than no progress.
There you go. I like that.
Slow and steady.
Slow and steady.
Slow and steady always wins the race.
And then they didn't build. What is it? What is that saying?
They say they say.
I was going to be really profound. They can't remember what it was. Okay, y'all pretend like I didn't start that out because I had it together, but yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so wow, we're almost at the end. Yeah. We just have so much. I think we have so much we can talk about, but I want to just know, as far as with the business, with the personal, with friendships, with life, with et cetera, what is some advice you can give to others who may want to do something similar to you, or just may want to venture out and do businesses themselves? What is some advice you could give others?
I had this together too because I knew that was going to be a question asked. Watch and observe. That's the first thing. Watch and observe. And know that, watch and observe, be prepared to hear no. Be prepared to lose some friends. And just go after what you want no matter what. And when you have a business, you have to charge.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing for me learning is, and then that everybody's not going to be for you. That's probably the hardest part for me because again, I'm a Strengths Quest.
Oh yeah.
Strengths Quest. You have 5 top strengths. One of my strengths is winning others over.
Yes.
And winning others over, it just bled into who my personality is. That I want people to like what I do. So that's something that it could be a strength, of course, like interviews. That's a strength for Woo. But it can also be a weakness because if you in this kind of business, it's tough, and it's a male-dominated business. And getting men to take you seriously has probably been the biggest challenge for me. I ain't saying I'm cute or nothing, but oftentimes when you might look a little decent and whatever, they're not looking at you as a businesswoman.
Right.
And they're looking at you as all those other physical attributes. They're not thinking about your brain and the ideas that you have. And so for young women, young ladies, be very careful about that. Be very careful about that. People, be very careful about that. Watch and observe.
That's true.
If you just shut up, watch and observe, you will find out so much.
Yeah.
And the last thing I'm gonna mention on that is be okay with walking away or be okay with letting people go in the business.
What they do in the poetry club?
Be okay. I've never been okay with letting go. I would try to make stuff work, but if something's not working, walk away. I have to mention that I always wanted a club. In fact, that was my dream, was to own a club, and I've been promised that by many people. But when I got into those things weren't right, you know. And so I don't know if people know, you know, they just see I'm gone, so they probably think people sent me away. Nope. No. When I saw it and I realized that things weren't right or there was drama,
that's right.
I have no problem with walking away.
Right.
If you have someone in your business that's not good for your business, be okay with saying, sorry, I gotta let you step away.
That's right.
But be okay with that. Yes, people are gonna say, oh, she's a bitch, she's not easy to work with, whatever. I'm very easy to work with if you work.
That's right.
Now, if you don't work, gonna have a problem. Not gonna have a big problem because I'm not gonna confront you. I'm just gonna say, I'm good.
Right.
And we move on.
Is there any challenges you faced? This kind of reverts back to, is there any challenges you faced with So You Want to Dance Live, or anything in the past with So You Want to Dance Live that has taught you, okay, this I know not to do next time?
Oh my gosh, absolutely. Absolutely. I've said most of it today, but absolutely, when I go into this thing, still scared, but when I go into this full force, absolutely. Yeah. I've learned so much. I've not only learned stuff, I've grown. I wasn't right in every situation that I did, many things that I wasn't right, but all of us make mistakes. All of us deserve the opportunity to grow and mature. And I have. You know, it's too many things to mention, but absolutely, there'll be so many things that I do differently. And again, I'll be watching and observing.
That's right.
And
that's where they came. That's where they came in at. Yeah, because if it weren't for actually diving in and doing things, you won't learn anything.
You won't.
know? So I like that. Watch and observe.
Yeah, watch and observe. I think that's for a male friend of mine said that to me one day. We were talking about relationships actually, and he said, Trina, if you just hush, the person's gonna tell you everything you need to know without you opening your mouth. And so I took that seriously, but I also put it into business.
Yeah.
You just sit back and you just watch people till they start talking on their own. So, yeah.
I like that because I feel like I always have to have the last word.
Yeah.
And I need to sit back and watch and observe.
Definitely. Watch and observe is the biggest thing. You will learn so much, and I'm like that too.
Yeah.
Not only that, I gotta let you know what I know. That was me. I gotta let you know that I know. And that's the thing when I say it's a male dominated and men don't take you seriously as a female. I always wanted to prove to them. I always wanted to prove to them, look, I'm smart, and I would throw that up in a minute. I have a degree, but nobody cares about your degree. They really, especially not in this business.
Yeah.
But now I'm proud of it. I've accomplished it, but they don't care. So I found myself always fighting that battle of, I know what I'm talking about, and I love to and it would stress me the hell out.
Right.
And then it's like, why am I trying to beat a dead horse? Why am I trying to, I can just move on and let you do what you do, and I will watch your business stay where it's at. I won't say fail. I'll watch your business stay there. Because there are things that if they would watch, listen, and observe, they would hear,
that's right.
That someone has something new that they can try.
Okay, I wanted to ask you about, you said something about your degrees. I forgot to ask you about that.
Oh.
Are you
I'm scared to say it because people get mad at you because you
I know. So
yes.
I know you have degrees. Can you tell us about what you have and what your future plans are for as far as education?
I have I went to school. I went to so many schools. I've stayed in school since I got out of high school, but I finally graduated. I don't know the year from Springfield College with my bachelor's of science in human services, helping people. And then I went right back and started my master's of science in human services, organizational management and leadership. Funny thing is, I got in it and I was ready to stop, and then they said, "Oh, it's only gonna take a year." I said, "Oh shoot, I got that," and I did it. And I'm very proud of what I did. My master's project was on oh my gosh, leadership styles.
Yeah.
Because I think that's a big deal. Leadership styles and how they motivate or make people more productive, depending on the kind of leader you are. In my future education, I was really about to go back to school and get my doctorate. Because I was like, I don't have nothing to do. My kids are grown. What am I supposed to do? But my youngest daughter, who's very logical, very smart, got a good head on her shoulders, says, okay, so when you get that doctorate, are you gonna make enough money to help pay all 3 of these degrees? And I had to think about it. Well, they might. She said, yeah, but they haven't given you that job as a faculty member yet. I said, yeah, but they might. She's like, okay, might is good, but think about it, put the numbers together. And so I thought about it and said, you know what, this time I'm not gonna do the doctorate, but I am going back to get another master's.
Okay.
So I'm gonna get it, communications. I wanna teach speech, and at Lone Star College, I'll put that out there to the world again. I wanna teach speech, and I also wanna teach EDA 1300, which is,
It's the introduction class?
like the freshman class for students to come in. That's another thing. I worked at Lone Star College for 18 years and loved the job. I was a recruiter for years. Loved that job. Getting out, telling students about the college, where they can go, what direction they can go in, which watching my kids deal with some of the things that they've dealt with has helped me. When you say something I've done wrong, I have a different spiel that I would give students about going to college. You know, when you graduate, we've told students, go get your degree, and as soon as you get off the stage, you're gonna have a great job paying you all this money. I would definitely reword those things.
I agree.
Yeah. Because it's disappointing, right?
Yeah, because I know this is about you.
No.
But I just have to share like something personal. So when you're purchasing a home, stuff like that, and you got all these student loans, it comes to play, and it haunts you for the rest of your life. So I want to maybe we can get together and start something where we talk to younger students and tell them, don't take the loans out, because like that's us working in community college. I think we have something that we can bring to them and offer them and tell them, since we've experienced it, we can tell them certain things about what they should and should not do.
And I think more so about, instead of saying don't take out student loans, because it's almost unrealistic in these days and times not to take out any, but just to be careful about what do you really need that much. Do you need to click yes on both of those loans versus just getting one? You need enough to go to school,
and that's it.
And then when you're thinking about what college you want to go to, think about how much does college cost.
Exactly.
Yes, you get them loans, but you gotta pay them back.
That's
so
right.
Find your college that you like going to and that has your degree, your program, but find one that you can afford.
That's right.
So both of my children graduated from UTSA, yay! And their loans aren't as much as what Kayla's would have been had she went to LSU where she wanted to go. So you have to think about that. Oh, that's right. She's getting her master's in a couple of months from LSU. So
So that's something that I think that's important that you contribute, because you contribute so many areas as far as education wise. You know, you've been in Lone Star for almost 20 years and you have your business, so you're very well rounded. So I want to close and say, I know we talked about short-term goals, long-term goals, but in the next 6 months, where do you see yourself at? What do you want to be? Personally, mentally, physically, emotionally,
and all that's a very good question. I'm glad you asked that, because I'm going through reflection time in my life right now, learning how to have fun and enjoy Trina. I've never done that, because you know, when you get out of school, you get married, you have kids, it's all about that, right? And now that my kids are adults and growing up, I'm having to learn how to find out who I am, what makes me happy. And so in the next 6 months, that's what I want to do. I want to find out what makes Trina happy. Dancing makes me super happy, but that's not everything. So I want to know what really makes me happy. What's going to make me wake up in the morning and smile and be okay with the day? What's going to really make that shirt I wear that says living my best life? What's going to make that true? So the next 6 months, I'm working on Trina. Trina being alone, Trina being a good person. And once I get that done, I'm going to be, I'll be ready. So in the next 6 months, yes, that's what I plan to do is, of course, city to city, getting my talk shows up, but becoming the best Trina that I can be for these next 50 years.
Okay, I like that.
So that was and I came up with that right now. So that means it's gonna come true. But I want to mention something else that Brittani, with the cruises, Brittani is I interviewed her already, so some of you probably know, and we're gonna be replaying some things later too once we get some more viewers. Brittani does a lot of women empowerment things, which just makes me very happy about her. She's very, how old are you really?
29.
29. Gonna be the flirty 30 soon.
That's right.
But she does so much, and I watch her. I met her at my job that I'm at now, and I was just very impressed by her and the things that she's doing for women empowerment, people her age. Even little old Miss Trina, she gives me some of the best advice. But we've decided to collaborate on a cruise. Yes. We don't have dates yet, but we're gonna do a women empowerment cruise.
Yes.
We're working on it because we're gonna put our heads together, and it's gonna be a really nice cruise. We haven't decided how long it's gonna be, but it's gonna be something. A bunch of ladies coming together and showing that we can do this together.
That's right.
And move forward. So I am, out of all the cruises that I've done, or all the things that I've done, I think I am most excited about
I am
this.
too.
I'm excited about working with you, though. I really am.
I'm excited too. Yeah.
So I just wanted to mention that that's something coming up. Yeah. I guess I'll turn the interview back over to you now.
Yes, she took over the interview. Well, that was all I have for you today. I'm excited I was able to interview you and get to know a little bit more about you. I know we talk a lot, but it was cool to learn some things about you today. So was there anything else you wanted to say in closing? Any suggestions, advice? I know we already asked that, but just anything you want to say that I didn't ask you and you want to share? I know we talked about your cruises that you have coming up.
Yeah. Y'all, you can still sign up for our Party on the Sea cruise. $150 deposit has to be paid by September the 9th. And what's happening to me now is I'm about to turn 50. I've been talking about it for years. I'm turning 50. I'm gonna have a big bash. It's not gonna be as big as all that this time, but it's gonna be enough. And I do want to invite. I haven't had an official party in many years, and I really want to invite everybody. I want to invite everybody to come out and celebrate with me. Celebrate my 50 years, but also what's to come. I am so excited about what's to come in the next 6 months to 50 years. I'm so excited. And so I'm gonna go in and plug my birthday party. It's gonna be August the 24th, which is a Saturday. It's gonna be at Red Rooster North. Miss Priscilla of the Balloon Diva will be doing my decorations. I have Dominique Hammonds playing a little bit. Who else? DJ Lil Ron is gonna be the DJ for the evening. It's just gonna be a blast. And I really want you guys to come out and join me for this fabulous celebration. I'm really excited about the Trina that is to become.
That's right.
The only other thing I want to say is, Brittany, thank you for this, for taking the time. We're off on Fridays. Yes. So she took her off day. She dropped off Miss Nala and came and did this interview with me. And I thank you so much. And I want you to know that I totally admire everything you do. I can't wait to work with you.
Yes, I'm excited.
Can't wait to see big things. Thank you so much. And as far as what I would leave today is, again, get out there and get it. Just get out there and get it. Do it. I look like I'm all over the place sometimes, but everything that I'm doing is going to be streamlined into what I love. I love doing all of it. So
maybe that's something you can get together in the next 6 months too.
This That's it.
But you know what? I'm working on that too. Mm-hmm. Everything I have is all over the place, and I need to streamline.
Yeah,
so it's okay. Mm-hmm. It's okay.
But otherwise, thank you. This was great. Y'all tune in to City to City. Thank Miss Brittany first for that with Make It To Be. Make sure you check out. Do you have an event coming up?
I do have an event coming up, but it's in November. I'll have details on that soon, and I'll share it with Trina so she can share it with you guys.
All right. Oh, the winery trip. I have a winery trip coming up. See, all over the place. Winery trip coming up September the 14th.
Yes.
The full total amount is $75. And it is going to be, I actually stole some of it from Brittany. I've been to the winery on a bus, but it was a regular bus. She took a party bus. So I decided, can I steal that? She said yes. So we're going to take a party bus to the winery. It's limited seating, of course, because it is a party bus, so it's not a full 52-seater. Right. We have 28, 26 seats, but people have been booking. So make sure you give us a call, 832-312-2973. And go on this winery trip. It's open for men and women. You only have to pay $20 to hold your seat for now. But next week, we will be back next Saturday with an interview. I'm not sure, but please watch your Facebook and your social media, and I'll let you know who we have next. Thank you so much. Is that it?
That's it.
Yay. Thank you.